de Cholo Trucker, los tres chingones boxing. Shouts to all the chingones y chingonas. Shout outs to everybody who's watching on Chicano Tube as well. So, for anybody who does not know, man, out there in the boxing world, Holmes, we got a content creator series of fighting two gigantic guys getting in there to rip each other's heads off. And here I got the man himself that's putting it all together from Chicano to one, Mr. Mike Diaz.
Hey, buenas noches, hermano.
How you doing, big dog?
Oh, I'm doing firme, man. God is good, my brother. How are you? How's the familia?
Good, 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 man. You know what? Just another beautiful night, man. It's starting to get a little bit cold, but come fight night, it's gonna warm up in there, man. And we got a lot to cover here because the date that you pick is very, very interesting, brother. And I want to know how you came to that to pick that exact date. But before we do that, so talk to us just a little bit about each fighter and how did you come about getting both of these guys? Both these guys are YouTubers, and we'll definitely talk about them a little bit more.
You know what? This is what I consider one of these pinnacle fights of the year. This is automatically they're dubbing it in the comment section fight of the year. Again, you got two heavy-handed hitters. You know, this is not a boxing fight, Cholo. And I want to let the comments know this is not a boxing fight as well. This is a violent fight. This is a real fight. You want to get your money's worth? This is gonna be like Mexican wrestling, cabron. You know it's real because they're leaking. That's how you know it's real. So I'm excited just to be there. Again, it's a big vision for the company. And mi hermano Cholo Trucker, thank you again, though. Thank you for the intro. Thank you for just inviting me here. And gente, you're looking at not an employee, but you're looking at a partner in content creator series of fighting because mi hermano Cholo Trucker and the pioneered what's happening right now. He's had his part, so he's not going anywhere. But I'm excited about this fight, Cholo, just to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. Did both of these guys did they
Mhm.
come up to you and say they wanted to fight one another, or was it just a matchup that you were able just to put together?
That's a good question because that has a long storyline. And it actually goes back to Paradigm Media News. That's where the storyline falls on. So if you weren't aware, even though I think we might have started YouTube around the same time,
Mm.
Paradigm Media News was a very popular figure. I mean, he's been on Vlad TV. Let's just say that.
Right.
Okay, and that video they did over there, I don't know if it got 10 million overnight, whatever it did. Huge number. So a lot of people have been wanting to see Paradigm get in the ring. Let's just say it's más conocido. His name is out there. You know him, love him, hate him, whatever, you know him. His presence is there. So I was already a part of trying to assist in a pelea and put him in the ring previously. And he has had more than one occasion an opponent call him out and not pull up, or for whatever reason, not pull up. So I left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, cabron. I
Mhm.
don't like unsettled business. I want to settle this. And I'm getting somewhat of a relief that we're going to go ahead and make this happen. And on the other side of the coin, though, Paradigm Media News, he's just happy that finally, he's going to be able to put his knuckles in someone's mouth.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Both of these guys pretty excited to do this. Um, these guys are probably the two biggest guys that have gotten in the ring when it comes to the what somebody would say the Chicano YouTube fighting genre. Um, both of these guys are like extreme heavyweights. They're both tall. They're both they got that mass. They got both. I would assume got that one hitter quitter. Um, Mikey, both of these guys are training. What do you see from both of them?
You know what? I see. Let me also give some kudos over to Mile High Hustle because now you have for the first time in the series of fighting. Let's say it right. Let's say the way the Raza says it. Colorado. Okay. Now
Right.
you got Colorado. Okay. Now I'm gonna say like the Gavachos say it. Colorado. Dame some Chile, Colorado. Um, Now you got Colorado stepping into the series of fighting. Up until this point, only California has been represented. The vision is coming to pass, hermano. We're going to head to the Raza states first and let's dominate them. And we're going to be the Premier League. We're going to be the UFC when other cabrones are doing backyard or wherever they can stick it in a garage. We're going to be doing top level shows. And so this is what I expect. I expect Paradigm it's another day. I actually think Paradigm's kind of brushing them off a little bit.
Oh.
I actually think like it's just another day. And that could be it's just the mentality. When you got that lion, it's like Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Mike Tyson roams around in rooms and that he gets intimidated by anybody? I don't think so. There's the same thing with Paradigm's mentality. He doesn't get intimidated by a damn thing. And then across the aisle over here, we have Mile High Hustle, and he's putting all Colorado on his back. So you've been seeing the memes. I know you follow all the Chicano pages on IG, cabron. They like to stir it up and they like to put state against state. Well, this is Colorado versus California, and I'm giving it to you. The first, we're giving it to him, cabron, because you're going to be there, front row center.
Right, right.
We're going to give him a super heavyweight attraction. That's going to be real, real violent. And Mile High Hustle, he went the route that Stories did, written by a current prisoner, okay, who was in the first content creator series of fighting, Pelea, which mi hermano Cholo Trucker. I got my most watched story on IG with mi hermano Cholo Trucker in it right here. When my wife did some behind the scenes, thank you, amor. I wouldn't even have that footage if you didn't hit start and record. That's my most watched IG. I pinned it to the top of the IG page. You were there. He went the route of Tony, which he went straight to a trainer. He's like, I don't know nothing. You tell me, you know, and I'm not saying he doesn't. He has jujitsu and boxing background.
Yeah.
So this is a good time for him. Like he said, it's a very beneficial thing because you're getting in super health, man. O sea, living healthy, you're already just adding years to your life. You know, I mean, like rest in peace, Fernando Valenzuela. I don't want to go into that, but you've seen the death certificate came out, cirrhosis. That's something the Raza is really plagued with that we got to overcome. But anyways, Mile High Hustles is serious. He's taking ice plunges. He's already in negative temperatures in Colorado, and he's taking he looks like Bobby Kennedy, all shredded. And so that's what you get from. So the odds makers, carnal, have it even.
This is this is what I like. I like the fact that that it's someone outside of California. You know, when all this started, you know, I was kind of thinking in my head, like, oh man, you know, is anybody outside of California gonna jump on this, man? So he's actually, you know, busting that cherry to be the first guy outside of California to step in there. So, you know, I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. I have seen him train a little bit. He is taking those ice plunges. I recommend everybody take freezing cold showers. It just does something different to you. But he's taking those freezing cold plunges. So I'm excited to see these two guys go in there. Mikey, let's talk just a little bit. We'll get back to both of these guys, but let's talk about what they're going to be seeing come Thanksgiving, and we'll get to that in just a second. Is there going to be an undercard?
Got it. That's a good question. So people have been wanting to know. We're going to put it out right now. I got one official undercard locked today. There was a lot out there, but we got one locked in today. For the first time in series of fighting, we're going to have pro fighters on the undercard.
Wow.
So that is happening. And the second match, I'll let you know once it's confirmed. Imagine if we had two sets of pro fights before the main event. I mean, this is already fight of the year, carnal. I could tell you that. But yeah, if the second pro fights get matched up, it's going to be amazing. Now, I'm not, I don't know. Maybe I'll put a tail of the tape. You know, I'll message the designer. That way I could get the names right. And I'm not going to try to chop anyone's names up, but we'll do that leading up to fight week. But yes, we are going to have an undercard. Not too much show. Paradigm and Mile High, they don't want to show. They want to punch each other as fast as possible. They're already like at the point in the promotion where you've been there, carnal. more than once. They're already at the point where they want to get it over with. Like we
Yeah.
signed this contract back in May. Okay.
Right.
And I wanted to lock it in. And so it's go time. I'm excited. Both of them have had a great camp. Both of them. Gracias a Dios. No injuries. And they're both going in there healthy. So who's going to be what some people are calling the vacant heavyweight title? Because there's a little thing going on. I don't know if you've seen the last live when stories written by Current Prisoner where he jumped in the live 4 or 5 times in the comment section talking shit. Did you see that?
No, I didn't get a chance to see that.
Okay. Well, he said in the comment section, our last promo last Friday, that people want to see it, go to Chicano Street, Chicano Tube. He said he's the real champion.
Mm.
And Maha was saying, well, what about, the lack of communication when all these negotiations were happening and just getting ghosted and disappearing for like 2 months? Well, he's saying, you know what? I'm knocking on the door. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did get a chance to hear them talk a little bit about what happens after this fight. Obviously, both of them are believing in themselves that they're going to be the winner, but there can only be one. There can only be one. Mikey, let's talk about the date. What made you go down and say like, you know what? Thanksgiving, because this is happening 2 weeks from tonight. If you guys are watching this live, it is happening on Thanksgiving night. So, while you're out there with your family and you're eating a turkey leg y todo eso, hey man, you could watch some chingazos. What made one Mr. Mike Diaz say Thanksgiving's the day to do this?
You know what it was, carnal? It had to be epic. I like doing things undone. I've always been a visionary. I'm gonna do it, and I've never been a follower. So
Mm,
Thanksgiving, when's the last time you've seen? Well, especially our genre. You know what our genre is, right? We're YouTube fights. This is
right.
what we do. This is our demographic base. Is YouTubers. Of course, I'll promote on IG and other platforms, TikTok, but our base is YouTube. And the reason we've been able to continue is because of their support, your guys' support, YouTube community. Why did I pick that? Because it had to be epic. And there's been times where you're with the familia, but yeah, se aburre la cosa. Ain't nothing else to do. This is going to cause the raza to have it on their mind all day. Okay, the food's going to be smacky. And after the smacky food, we're going to go to the liquor store. We're going to get something to sip because at 6 o'clock, someone is getting slept. Is it
Mm.
California or is it Colorado? You guys decide. So it had to be epic. No one's done it. And I'm the type to do something new.
Yeah. See, there you guys go, man. So instead of arguing and fighting with your family about anything else of the elections or anything going out in your life, hey, say like, hey, listen, let's not fight amongst each other. We're familia. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and order this and let's watch some real fights happen, okay? And then you and I, we can just start laughing and drink a nice cold pisto, man, to wash down all the stuffing and the turkey. Which, Mikey, brings me to the next question: pay per view.
Mm.
How much are people gonna have to shell out to watch this?
I think at least the size of a good Mountain Mike's pizza. What do you think, in the 20s?
Okay.
25, 25, 29. Triller costs 30. I'm not going to pass 30. The economy is barely going to get back on track. Some interest reports just came out. It's going to take about 3 quarters to recover from this mess, but we'll talk about that on Chicano Tube. I say in the 20s, a slice of pizza, and really what it is, we're gente mañosa, man. We'll support who we want to support without thinking twice. We'll add it to the cart. We'll get it going to the house. Um, we'll support someone's business downtown because it's the homie, and we want to make sure he keeps his doors open. And that's what we do, So the support's going to come in from YouTube. We don't want to break anyone's bank. Will it ever change? I don't know, carnal. I don't know. It's available. It's so convenient nowadays. I can keep the costs low because
Mm.
technology has advanced a lot. That's why I have this pay-per-view company, this new pay-per-view company that they integrate with YouTube. And guess what they do? If they take a digital fingerprint of the fight, they take an audio fingerprint of the fight, and anyone tries to upload a second of it, automatic strikes. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
So, and they're integrated in the financial systems as well, integrated with taxes. And it's like an all inclusive one stop shop that if I would have researched before, I would have started with them. But yeah, it's not going to break the bank. And I appreciate everyone that's already pre ordered. If you want to pre order it, it's already up. When you go there, you'll see the thumbnail. And one thing I want to mention in the thumbnail, Carnal, I don't know if you noticed this. I just sent it to you today, Carnal, but did you notice that the designer around the ring, he put up a pinchy fence with barbed wire? I didn't even notice that until I sent it to you. And I'm like, we're promoting Hell in a Cell. I mean,
Honestly, I did not I did not notice that, but I'm gonna go back and look at it because that sounds badass, man. So I like the energy of these guys, man. I like the fact that this like, look, I'm tired of talking. Let's get in there. Let's fight. I've been a part of two of these things, and it's like I just can't wait to get in there and just fight. Like all the music and everything. It's like I understand it's a show for everybody else, but for me, it was a fight. Like, let's just get in there because once the punches start throwing, you're not thinking about anything else. You're so sick of thinking about the fight. So I like the energy that these guys are bringing, man. Um, Mikey, okay, so well, first of all, to everybody out there, look, you guys pay, or maybe not everybody pays for some of these other YouTube guys, man. Some of these Jake Paul fights, some of these all this stuff, man. These are YouTubers that are getting in there and throwing down. And I tip my cap off to anybody and everybody that gets in there and gives it their all, and just to everybody out there, I don't have to like them, but I do respect them. And that's what it really comes down to, just respecting it. And it's why I'm a part of it. For anybody who doesn't know, I'll be there calling the fight. So gracias to you, hermano, for believing in me to take the mic that night, man, and
hermano,
call
the,
the
the,
fight
the
for these
comment
two
section, the comment section wants to know, are you still the reigning lightweight champion?
guys. I think those days might be behind me. I think those days might be behind me. Maybe I'm
We're
just
going
better
back
off.
to the no comments, gente. We're going back to the no comments.
I think I'm better off with a mic in front of me. I don't know. We'll see how we do. We'll see how I do Thanksgiving night. But no, excited for this one, Mikey. And another thing, Mikey, when it comes to not just this fight, but the company going forward. Um, what's your next plans? And not only that, but I've had people get at me on this channel, on the boxing channel, and ask, hey, can anybody just do it? And I'm like, well, you got to have some sort of a following. People that I've asked that they'll do it for free. And I just kind of thought, I'm like, and now I'm going to open it up to you, one Mr. Mike Diaz. Can people get in the undercard for free? Obviously, they're not going to sell. That's reserved for YouTubers that bring a following. But if you have a couple people from the chats that are really serious about it and say, "Hey, I just want to do it. I'll do it for free." Would you be open to have some of those guys get in there for free in the undercard?
I would say yes. I would say yes. You know why, carnal? The people like to see the average Joe fight.
Mm,
The average Joe has an attraction también. It looks good when you're training and doing this full time, and they're doing nice little showtime reels on you and interviews and everything so professional. But people like to see the average Joe fight. So I would open it up, the undercard, to anyone with at least an IG, a TikTok following. Um, I don't want to cut off those platforms. I know I've been calling out the YouTubers. I've been calling out Arizona YouTubers. Where are you at? Where's Arizona at? I want Arizona to step to the plate and say, we've been here from day one. We were just waiting for you to call our name. Arizona, where you at? Also, New Mexico, where are you at? Shout out to New Mexico. Shout out to the 505. Where's New Mexico at? Where's Texas at? Texas is already ready. Mark Salinas. He's ready to go. So, yes, I would consider doing it because people like to see the average Joe fight. If you look at some of these channels, carnal, on YouTube, these people are throwing chingazos walking off the street.
right,
These guys
right.
ain't doing no training camps. And so it's some of these fighters, they get into fights and they make it too complicated. I got to wear this, I got to do this, I got to do that. Whatever you've been doing to make it work, just make it work. If you've been knocking people's jaws off their faces, then keep doing that. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, because it's going to take like 10 years and a lot of experience to learn to box. So
Mm.
again, this is not a boxing fight. It's a very violent fight. So, and then Colorado's being represented, so I don't have to call them out. We already got Colorado on the map. So yes, I would let them come in and settle it, because people love to see the average Joe just, what the average Joe has is a puncher's chance. At
Correct.
least if the person has a puncher's chance, it's interesting. Just, this is content creator series of fighting, but this is just like when after school they'd walk to the park and handle their business, man.
Right.
You would
Yeah.
pay to see that, but ours is better. It's a better show and it's longer, and you get to have it forever on the website. That's where all the fights are uploaded to the catalog of the website. Carnal, you're on the website as the
Wow.
lightweight champion.
No, you know what? I think the attraction, Mikey, to this is the professionalism that you put to it, right? You do have some boxing channels out there where they just, give guys gloves and they just go in the backyard and they just throw chingazos. But the professionalism that you bring to it, for somebody to have, an entrance music, to have, like, it's almost like you live a dream, kind of. It's like, oh man, everybody kind of, as a chiquillo, would think of, what's it like, to walk to the ring and your a ring entrance and you have your corner and everything. Like, it is badass, man. And I think that's what kind of attracts people to it. But at the same time, like you were saying, it's going to take many, many years if you want to go look like a professional. So no, just, bring what you got. I mean, get yourself in shape. Definitely get yourself in shape as much as you can. But with the difference between this and some of that other stuff you see, is the professionalism that comes with it. All, the dressing room, everything is on a professional level, and I think that's what attracts people to it. So Mikey, man, I'm glad you still got this going, brother. Where do you see this next year?
No, gracias for that. Yeah, people love the weigh-ins. They love the show. The dressing rooms is just because there might be a little bit of tension. You never know. So, and especially when they come deep with their fellas, like when you fuck cabron, Buzz, he pulled up with like 20 Vikings. Okay, so we got to get them their own locker room, carnal. I don't want that animosity to start, bubbling or doing anything like that. But I appreciate you. Yeah. And then having the competition ring helps, having an audio team helps, having a lighting team helps. And so all of that is available. But gracias to them, to be honest, completely transparent. When I host these fights at home, most of all, I want to say all the vendors, they don't even bill me up front. They don't
Mm.
even build. They're like, they know me already. See, I'm being part of the Chamber of Commerce and everything, right? We're tight. All the businesses, we know each other in Salinas. And so most of the vendors just do it on GP, and I'll get them on the back end. And so I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful. Where's this thing going? Is that where your question was, right?
Yes, for
This
next year.
thing is this thing started back in 2012 on a grassy knoll when I would have my boys fight all the neighborhood boys. This is how this started right here. I bought a pair of gloves on Amazon, some headgear, a UFC black belt that was like 20 bolas on you on Amazon. And these chamacos, including my boys, would fight their hearts out. And it was a great show. So that's where this started, man. This really does have grassroots roots to it. So where is it going? We're going to be the Premier League on YouTube. Hate us or love us, most people love us, but if you hate us, you're not going to be able to avoid us much longer, because we're going first off to the Raza states. People have already been saying New York and other things. Okay, well, hold on. Usually when you start a business, you take a loss the first couple of years, and it's going to be out of pocket, privately funded. And I understand that already, 4 or 5 businesses in. But it's pretty much going to self-fund itself. Well, we're going to take all content create, including you. I'm talking to you, carnal. We're taking the whole team, and we're going to put we're taking our familias on the road. I want to see if that's possible, because I don't like spending time away from my familia, and I hate pulling people away from their familia. So we're gonna the business is gonna grow. It's gonna fund itself. We're gonna stay. Maybe we'll do a fight in Rosarito, and then maybe we'll do a fight over here, and we'll lay the schedules out. Everything paid for. and everyone that's supporting from the beginning, you got a special place in it right now.
Yeah, man. You know, Mikey, I just want to go ahead and tell you, brother, I'm proud of you, man. When you first brought this idea up, I definitely had my doubts. I'm like, yeah, man, you know what? I'm just gonna be there just to support them. But no, man, it's really catching some legs, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. So I will be there doing commentary for this fight between Paradigm Media News and Mile High, Colorado. California is the first fighter.
303. Shout out to the
Yeah,
303.
it's the first fighter outside of Killer Cali, man. That's they go in there and do it, and he's believing in himself. Both of these guys are, man. So you know, Mikey, I know you can't pick a guy, but how does this fight end? And what are we talking about? We talking about 5 rounds? We're talking about 3 minute rounds, 2 minute rounds? What are we doing here?
Well, we want to give the people a show, give them adequate time. I don't ever want it to be too short, so it can't be too short off the top,
Mhm.
off the back. It can't be too short. So we're gonna go 5 rounds. We're gonna go
Okay.
5 rounds. Um, we could do 2 minutes or we could do 3 minutes. That'll probably be a fight time decision. And I'll talk that over with them. The gloves already came in. The belt already came in. I got to break those gloves in. So I'm gonna at least gonna do one, little set with each glove, and that way I could break them in. You never want to put on new. And you know what? I'm gonna look, carnal, but 10 ounces might be too small on them. I don't want it to look like UFC gloves.
Right.
So, and because if they start cracking on tens, it'll be a short night for someone. So not that's not the reason, but it's just the size. I don't want it to look disproportionate. Big dudes
Mhm.
slugging it out and little small oven mittens. So I'm leaning more toward 12. Of course, there'll be competition gloves. And of course, they're gonna get wrapped up, professionally wrapped up. I don't know if
Right.
they've ever been. I think Mile High has. So
Mhm.
Mile High has some boxing experience. He's trying to pick up, jump back on the bike, and just pick up where he left off. And then Paradigm, well, he got the nickname. So the last time we were on Mile High's Hustle, a lot of the comments were going in, we'll see, and kick OG's ass and all kinds of stuff they were saying. The comments are wild. It's the Wild West in the comments over there, but it's all good. Um, and so I expect 2 rounds.
Wow.
If we go into the third round, it's because they've been preserving gas. Now, what I don't want them to do, carnal, again, it's like I'm trying to give these tips.
Mhm.
That way they can just, get the experience without having the experience. Again,
Mhm.
Mile High Hustle has some competition experience. I just don't know. I don't know how many fights. I had like 24 fights, 3 losses. I remember that because I got the book still. But
Right.
um, he's expecting to pick up where he left off, and Boxer is just like, I'm gonna punch him out. The people want to see me knock somebody out. This is what Paradigm's telling me. The
Mhm.
people want to see him knock somebody out. And so that's why they're gonna tune in this Thanksgiving at 6 o'clock. Just go to the website, CCSOF. It's all over all the community pages. It's all over mine. Just go to Chicano Tube's community page. I might put it on the backup channel. I just started one yesterday, Chicano Street. So I'll put it
Yeah.
all over the place. You guys
And
click the
I'll love. I'm sorry. Just to make it, I'll go ahead. I'll leave the link pinned in the comment section as soon as we're done with this live.
Beautiful. I appreciate you. So this is what I expect: a barn burner. They're gonna throw chingazos, and one's gonna come victorious, carnal. It's California or Colorado. Who you got?
Wow. Well, I can't call it because I'm calling the fight. But But here's what I will say. Here's what I will say.
Will they
Um,
say you're biased if you do? They'll say you're biased, huh?
Yeah, yeah, and I don't want to do that, man. I'm but look,
They'll throw a bias jacket on you.
I'm gonna call it
Okay.
exactly right down the middle. I promise you, I promise everybody, I promise them that I'll call it right down the middle. I'll show up to do my best job, man, because I believe in this and I believe in guys, man, that have it in them to step in there and give it everything they got. I don't want to sound cheesy here, but to me, yes, there's going to be a winner, and unfortunately, when there's a winner, somebody loses. But to me personally, and I've been in that ring. To me personally, it was never really about that. It was always just get in there and give it everything you got. No regrets.
Mhm.
No regrets. Give it everything you got. And if you lose, you have peace in your heart to say, I gave it everything. Nothing. There's nothing else I had in me. I gave it everything. And that should be more than satisfying. That's at least that's how I always went in there. And I always just give props, man, for anybody who's gonna go in there, step in there. These guys are a little bit older, they're taking care of themselves, they're big boys, they got that one hitter quitter. I believe that it is gonna be a short night for one of them. I do. I can't really see it going. It's the thing about this. It's a thing about these 5 rounds. It's like you got time, but you don't got that much time. You know,
I just
real quick like that. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, holy smokes, we're going into the third, fourth round. So you got time, but you don't got that much time. So you cannot just be playing around the ring and dancing around. You may have a minute to kind of feel out your opponent, but you don't have much time to like, well, this is a feel out round. Oh, you know what? I'll take my foot off the gas this round. You don't really got that much time. So that's what I'm saying. The pressure is on both of these guys to go in there and make their mark. I'm expecting a stoppage. I am, because these guys are just way too big and there's not a lot of time. Next thing they know, they're going to turn around and say like, holy smokes, we're past the halfway point of this fight. I got to start doing something if they haven't done anything already. So I'm expecting a good one.
oh yeah. No, me too. I'm with you 100%, carnal. And you know what I don't want to happen is, everyone's gonna have to go through the first fight. I don't know what you want to call it. What I don't want to happen is them, use all their energy. They're trying to hold each other up.
Mm.
They push off on each other. That's all that amateur shit. That you brought that from the streets into the amateur ring. But let me just remind the people: every single fight that we've had to this day has ended in a stoppage. So
Mm.
we haven't had any fight go the distance yet. Yours too for the lightweight belt, hermano. I think it was stopped
Right.
45 seconds. We have veteran referees overseeing the action. So even though I say it's Chicano rules, some people don't understand. Chicano, I made those up. That's why. Even though I say it's Chicano rules, we got good oversight. We're always going to have the pro referee. Man, I can't wait, carnal. Me too. I've been talking about it now every week since October, and it's time to get these chingazos on.
All right, man. Well, oh yeah, girl fights. Have you received any interest in girls getting in there and throwing down?
That's another great question. I would never rule that out. I
Mm.
got to keep it 100 with the people. A lot of women fight better than most of these vatos.
Mm.
They have more to prove. They put their chongo up, put a scrunchie on, take off their earrings, and it's like they'll claw each other's eyes out. But of course, we're going to put boxing gloves on them. But again, they're very tenacious. I don't see it like Dana White in the beginning where he's like, why would I want to see a woman get punched in the face? Well, of course, not my beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife or my daughters, but me thinking as a husband and as a man is going to affect that. As far as offering them opportunities, that's what I would never deny. So all of a sudden, I see some of the ladies get into it and say they're bravas, man. Say they're bravas. They get a hold of me. We'll definitely have them in the undercard. We're going to leave a lot. It's not going to be the typical show, carnal. So it's not copy and paste boxing. We'll have TikTokers on the undercard, the ladies, IGers, shit, a Facebook bronca, a Snapchat bronca, you name it. Everyone's going to have an opportunity to step inside that ring. And, it's going to increase your stock. It's also going to do that. You're going to be known. You're going to get put out there. So gracias to Machete who dropped the link. That'd be a good one to pin. But go ahead, carnal.
Yeah, man. And who knows? One day we could have YouTubers versus TikTokers. We could have Instagram versus Twitters. I mean,
Cholo Trucker versus 44 Vato. That's YouTube versus TikTok right there. Does it hit a one if you want to see Cholo Trucker get in the ring he has like 750,000 TikTok followers with 44 Vato. That's another Cali and that's
Mhm.
another Denver, if you didn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not on TikTok, man. But well, there you guys have it, man. Thanksgiving Eve, 6 o'clock. I will be there. I will be calling the fight. We have Boxer Paradigm Media. versus Mile High Hustle, California, Colorado, throwing chingazos, heavyweight attraction with an undercard, possibly two. But Mikey, I can't wait. I can't wait to be there, chomping on turkey leg, eating some mashed potatoes, calling the fight, carnal. So gracias so much. Anything else, brother, that we need to know before we call this?
It's available on the website. That's ccsof.uscreen.io. It's all over the community pages. We appreciate all the support. We're only here because of you guys. We're only here because of you guys. And so the support's going to keep it going and get us to the vision. I got a huge vision for this thing. It's like, when you do something epic, legendary, you're either 99% right and the one are wrong, or you're 1% and the other 99 were right. And so I'm going all in on this thing, and it's going straight to the top. Gracias to you again. I'm here again with mi hermano Cholo Trucker, the first to pioneer the Chicano genre. And yeah, that idea is interesting. Maybe TikTokers, IGers, other Chicanos get in the ring. We can do it and accommodate them all. And as far as the numbers go, that's what I do for a living. So we'll take care of all of that. Don't worry about that. Gracias again to you guys. Gracias to everyone in the chat. I can't wait for the chingazos just to be there next to you again. I think it's just going to be another moment that we get to share in our friendship. But gracias, carnal. You're more than an hermano. And saludos to everyone in the chat and all the tres chingones. Do a favor, hit that like. Everyone that's on Chicano Street inside the chat, it just takes a second. All you got to do is hit the X. I promise it won't knock off the live on the chat. Hit the X on the chat and then hit the like button because it helps push the Chicano channels on YouTube. No que respaldaban cabrones. Hit the pinche like. I appreciate you guys, but buenas noches, carnal. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Anybody who's tapping in from Chicano Tube, this is Los Tres Chingones boxing channel. We go live every Friday. We will be back here tomorrow to talk about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and we're here live every Friday to talk anything and everything that you want about boxing. And the link will be pinned in the comment section, so you guys can tap that link and go order this fight for Thanksgiving. Whether you want to spend time with your family or you don't want to spend time with them, either way, you hit that link, you spend time with them watching the fight, or you don't want to spend time with them, you hit the link and you avoid them and you're watching the fight. So let's go ahead.
Phones. If I didn't mention it, carnal, sorry to interrupt. It's on phones, tablets, PCs, laptops. You can see it on your smart TV. You're going to get an email, and what you'll do is once you get the email or whatever, you're going to create a profile. Then, at 6 o'clock, you just log into that browser or just click any email that you get, and it'll take you straight to the website page. Watch it however you want. And then maybe the gentleman will go live Friday or Saturday.
And they do get all the fights, correct?
And all the fights are in the catalog, so it's gonna go straight to the newest fight. The big blue button is gonna be right there, mobile, laptop, TV. So if they're using the TV and a pinche teléfono, you can see it. And then they're going to go to the website, and the website has the only one that's available is the Stories fight because I put that one on YouTube, and yours is not. Obviously, yours is still purchased.
Got you.
But you get access to it, and the website is not going everywhere. It's por vida.
Por vida, carnal.
Es por vida, carnal. Gracias. Buenas noches, Cholo Trucker. Hit that like on your way out. Gracias to all the raza that tuned in. Los Tres Chingones and Chicano Street. We are out.
You guys have a buenas noches. See you guys when it's time to throw chingazos.